Hi guys, it's Sarah from Book Nerds and Fangirls, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different that I'm super stoked for. So, as some of you may or may not know, depending on if I say it a lot on my channel, I don't think I do, but I might. Halloween is quite possibly one of my favorite holidays ever. I love that it's not in the smack dab middle of summer where it's hot and stuff. Every free candy is always awesome. Dressing up is awesome. The atmosphere and the haunted houses and the scary movies are awesome. And another thing that I love doing for the holidays and Halloween is, just decorating my house. But I never really show myself decorating whatsoever. So today I thought it would be fun to make my Halloween wreath with you guys, and possibly tell a story time as well. As well as an announcement at the end of the video, because I have a few ideas for my channel. I'll also be announcing them in tomorrow's video, because tomorrow's my wrap-up, but I thought I'd be doing something different and kind of cool today on my channel, because, everyone loves a good DIY, right? So, right now, I love making my own wreaths. So, as some of you may know, I've showed this wreath before. It's lasted me a year so far. It's my go-to for every holiday that I want to decorate for. For today, I'm decorating it for Halloween. It was actually fall themed a while ago before I dismantled it before this video. So what I have, since I know a lot of people like DIYs, I'll also show what I got. So this is a wreath simply from Walmart. I got my wreath during the Christmas time because I was sick of finding wreaths that I saw and they were nice, but it wasn't what I wanted. So I said, and my mother pointed out, hey, you can always make it yourself, or it was my husband, and ever since then I've been making wreaths for myself. It's just a hobby. The first time I made a wreath, actually, my sister was all like, hey, where's mine? And I'm all like, hey, how much money are you gonna pay me to make one? Because these are not cheap. At least not for me. So I got this little centerpiece, because I always have, like, an eccentric, I can't pronounce that word, right? So I'm not gonna try. Centerpiece that goes straight on the top because I'm extra like that. So I got this one, and this one's from Walmart. I also got a spider to add to this wreath, as well as spider webs and pumpkins. So these are like my centerpieces for the wreath. I also have a crap ton of black flowers. I got some red flowers sparkled in there, as well as some white flowers. Now, some flowers I got at Walmart, but other flowers I do get at Hobby Lobby. I've gotten them for years at Hobby Lobby because I love Hobby Lobby flowers. They're so decorative. So I'm gonna get my handy dandy Walmart trash bag right here, because no one likes a mess. And I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna start out with the black flowers first. And I guess I will figure out which story to tell it while I'm making this wreath. And if something flings at the camera, sorry, I'm not professional. Damn, this thing is like strong. I forgot how strong Walmart wires are. I don't know what they make these out of, but this might be like a long video. probably should have planned this better. Oh well. It happens. So we're gonna stick that in our wreath. Might wanna make those shorter, because that stem didn't even want to go through. I really hope this is, like, worth it in the long run. I think it'll be worth it in the long run. 9% sure. Like, see, there are some flowers that literally come off like a glove. And there are others that are just like, ugh. Like, sometimes whenever I'm doing wreaths, I just, you know, go with the flow, go with whatever I want to do at that moment. Which I probably should have put the price stickers off it first. But you know, everyone loves a hot mess. Me especially. So, today's story time. Now that I'm getting on to story times, because I really want to do story times with you guys, I think I will, well, actually, you know, since it's the month of horror, I feel like I should do my worst customers ever, excluding you know, the ones for the company I work for. Or actually, that might not be like the best story time in the world. Comment down below and let me know if you would like one of those story times. I could arrange it. I don't think my stories are as great as some people's. I've seen people's horror stories, man. I do not like dealing with those customers. Those type of customers, I have an attitude and I have it really fast. Which is not good when you're, in my position. But it happens. Some people tend to get on your nerves. People know the truth, and it's just what it is. But, as for story time, let's go with, actually, I know the perfect story time because I've told you guys that I would tell you about the Demi Lovato concert for a while now. Now, I was gonna do it a while ago, and then news about Demi Lovato's overdose came through, and I was an emotional wreck for most of that time. Like, she's one of my favorite celebrities I've ever followed before. And in some ways, she's kind of a role model to me. Now, I know what you're gonna say, Sarah, how could someone who does drugs be a role model for you? And if you want to know how, I've already discussed how much she means to me as a person and as one of her fans. It's on my wrap-up, one of my wrap-ups that involve a very heavy discussion. I even put heavy discussion in the topic, so a lot of people wouldn't hear me whine about it, but I just feel like some things I said in the video had to be said. So if you want to know my personal feelings about her overdose, just go over to that video. I'll link it down below for you guys. I'm not sure when I start talking about it, but I'll rewatch the video and I'll link the time down for you guys. You guys are gonna deal with everything else that I talk about in that video. Or hey, support a local fellow YouTuber and go watch. But back to the story. So this trip was probably one of the funnest yet eye-opening trips I have ever had in my life, because not only did I go get to see Demi Lovato in concert, I went with one of my friends. I won't be using her name in this video because she does not know I'm telling this story, even though I've told it multiple times to multiple people. But to respect her privacy, I will not be using her name in this video. I'll just say my friend, she, yada yada, because most friends that I mention in my video, I have their consent to say their names and stuff. And consent is a very great thing to have, so I would like consent to say her name, so I won't say it. And I'll just talk about my personal experience, because if you want her personal experience, I would have to get her on this channel, and she's all the way back in my hometown. Not in my hometown, but in the place where I just barely left. So that's probably not gonna happen. So, moving on to the actual topic at hand, we went to Dallas, Texas in March. In March of this year. I have been to Dallas on multiple occasions because my uncles live there, but I had not been there ever since one of my uncles passed away when I was 15. So being a naive 15-year-old, didn't really know a lot about my dad's side of the family, and it's not, and I probably won't get into a lot of details about what happened at my uncle's house, even though it really pissed me off. Because I don't like talking about my family issues in videos, but there were a few issues, not horrible big issues that escalated very quickly, but they could have in many ways, and I'm glad that they didn't. But it also made me pissed off at my dad for a while, because he didn't warn me about these certain issues before we went there. It's his brother who should probably tell me these things, but he didn't, and it made for a very awkward time. Especially for someone who says, yeah, he's cool and other stuff. I didn't know how he was whenever I went there, and now I will probably never go back to my uncle's house again. Let's just say it was that much of a time. I won't go into details about what happened, because I'm not for bashing people and then exposing them on the internet. This isn't a drama channel, no matter how much people want it to be. If I expose anyone, it's gonna be myself. Not anyone else. So, on with the actual subject at hand. And so, what happened was, it was very awkward for me and my friend. It was awkward for me because, I talked my uncle up because I thought he was better than he was. He wasn't. But at the same time, he's not the worst person in the world. It's very awkward. awkward. Like, how do you explain to someone that you're not as close to your family as you once were? So you don't know how they actually are until you're actually with them. Like, I've never really been ashamed of having someone in my family, but that attitude was very big no. And I felt really embarrassed about it. And it made me sad. Because I don't like having problems with my family, but sometimes I do. I'm gonna sit right here because this is a part of the wreath that makes me angry, is the parts where there's things that need filling but I can't see them. So, after all that drama unfolded, it was finally the day of the Demi Lovato concert. Now, I've had days where they've been up and down, drag out crazy, and this day was no exception. This day was, without a doubt, one of the funnest days of my life, and yet there were a few issues with this day. They mostly when me and my friend went to the mall. Mall in one of the small suburbs of Dallas. So, we wake up the day of the Demi Lovato concert, run some errands with my aunt, which, she's the cool one in the relationship between her and my uncle. I love my aunt to death. She's awesome. Shout out to my aunt. I'm probably gonna take out these red roses that I just did because I have other ideas. This is like me on a wreath. On wreath duty because I need my wreath to be perfect. But sometimes I get frustrated because I have ideas in my head but they don't mesh up well. I think I just did too many black flowers at once. Sorry to keep you guys waiting on the wreath. I just feel like it's not up to perfection, as I may say. I feel like I rushed that part a little too much. I didn't feel like I spread it out enough. So I'm gonna start over from scratch. So, the day of the Demi Lovato concert, we wake up. Everything's hunky-dory. We hang out with my aunt for a while. Well, because she's pretty cool. And we have a few hours till the concert. She drops us off. And we go to the mall. And she wants to go to Build-A-Bear to pick something up for her son. Which I was cool with because, one, I love children. And two, I'd be an asshole if I said no. No, and I love Build-A-Bear, and it was my niece's birthday in June, so I thought, hey, why not just get her something from Dallas? That would be cool. Cool. So, we went to Build-A-Bear, and she built a couple of Star Wars ones for her son and her niece, and I built this Beauty and the Beast monkey for my adorable niece. Because, not well known fact, my sister calls her daughter her little monkey, so I thought it would be adorable. To give them something to consolidate that. So I gave them a stuffed monkey. And then we walked out of Build-A-Bear. I was trying to look for an outfit for the concert because I didn't feel like anything I brought in my humongous suitcase was good enough. I don't know why. I guess it's just me in general. I'm not great at knowing how to style clothes that I own for whatever reason. So I thought I needed a new thing. And we were walking around the mall, and I was discouraged I didn't find anything. But I thought I had a good idea of what I wanted to go for. So, we were walking around the mall. I had called my aunt to come pick us up because she dropped us off there. She said, hey, call me whenever you guys need a ride back. And you can get ready for your concert. And I was like, cool. So, we're waiting on her because she texted back that she would take about 20 minutes to get there because she was still getting her hair done. Because she had got her hair done at that time. And then I was like, okay, we'll wait. So we were waiting, and we were walking around the mall going back to where we came from. And this one vendor stops us to sample some lotion. Or rather, stops me. I look back at my friend, and she's all like, okay. We have a couple minutes, that's fine if we, give this vendor some time. Because usually, if I have time, I'll stop and talk to them. I don't really like talking to them when I don't have time because it annoys me to no end. But I was like, hey, we have time. We could probably do this, and she was cool with it. So I walked over to the vendor, not knowing the situation that was gonna go down. So he's acting all nice. He's telling me, oh, I like your coat, I like your jacket, all this other good stuff. You know how they butter you up so you will buy their product, things like that. And I was friendly with him enough, and then halfway through getting this lotion that he was rubbing on me, he looks at my friend, and looks at our bags and stuff, and no joke, he literally asked me if she was my assistant. Now, to give you guys some background, my friend is Hispanic, and that really made my blood boil when he asked me that, because I feel like he was being racist. He may not have meant to make it sound racist, but not gonna lie, it was. So, what I did was very politely, yet matter-of-factly, I pulled my hand away from this guy, mid-lotion rub, and told him, yeah, I think I'm gonna go. So I had walked with my friend, and I explained to her what happened, because she didn't really hear him say it. Like, she thought she heard him, but she thought she misunderstood the situation. And I was like, no, you heard right. So, that was only the first occurrence of racist behavior that she had to deal with in that area. And at that point, I was really fed up with it. Because I didn't think it was that bad. That bad. Like, you hear about it all the time, but when you see it, it's just so shocking, and it's not cool in any way, shape, or form, and there are things that literally just make my blood boil, and racism is one of those things. And if you're like, if your thing is, like, in any way, shape, or form racist, like, in any way, I don't fuck with that. Like, I don't like that. That, personally, to me, is so gross. Gross, and I don't like putting up with it. So, I tell her what happened, and, you know, she's okay with it because she has to deal with it all the time. And then we have a heavy discussion on that, but this isn't what this video is supposed to be about. So we have a heavy discussion on that. My aunt picks us up. We go back to my uncle's house to get ready for the concert. Because, you know, we have to get ready for the Demi Lovato concert. So we're getting ready, and my uncle and my friend are making chit chat, which my uncle has probably not even said 2 words to the friend I brought at this point. Which is making me pretty miffed at this point. But of course, he's my uncle, so I don't say anything to him, because he's being nice enough to let us stay at his house while we're there. But me and my uncle don't get along anymore, and this trip is kind of the reason why I don't get along with him anymore. But it's not really horrible to me. Like, I lose people all the time, so not talking to my uncle, who I haven't talked to in years, didn't really faze me. If anything, that trip, like, liberated me to stop giving a crap about all the toxic people in my life. Like, it was a great trip. It was very eye-opening. That's for sure. But enough about the serious topic. Let's get to the actual reason why I'm telling the story, which is the Demi Lovato concert. So we take a lift to the Demi Lovato concert, and I will forever use Lyft, because Lyft has been pretty cool to me since I got here to Pennsylvania. I take Lyft almost every single day here. And it's pretty cool. Pretty dope. Oh god. Like, the other day, getting sidetracked yet again. The other day, my Lyft was so savage. Like, my app, I didn't know the app could be this savage. I thought it was just, like, you know, telling you, your driver's here, your driver's gonna be late, yada yada. So, I was waiting for Lyft the other day, like I do, and my driver, I guess, did not hear their call signal go off. in time, and in the span of the 5 seconds that takes for her to respond and Lyft to call her, Lyft sends me a message saying that my Lyft driver must be hard of hearing or deaf because they're not answering their calls. That was probably like the most hilarious thing. Yet savage. It was hilarious yet savage at the same time, and I never knew that Lyft could be like that, but they can. And I was just like, so, like, what do you say to that? I don't know. Yeah, what you say, but, like, God, I never expected that. So, on to the Demi Lovato stuff. I feel like I'm sidetracking so hardcore in this video, and I don't mean to. It's just how I am. And I get, like, super sidetracked super easily. And it even annoys me at points. So, back to the concert. So we arrived to the concert, and, you know, I'm like, I had a long day, so I didn't charge my phone whatsoever. And you know how in some cases people will charge their phones and record the whole concert? Well, not having a charged phone, but my phone died during the concert. So, and that actually was probably one of the greatest things that could have happened. And here's why. So, with technology, I feel like sometimes, that's not long enough, sometimes we rely on it a lot, and it's true. True, but sometimes with technology, we don't know when to experience a moment because we're so wrapped up in trying to capture the moment that we forget to experience the moment itself. So while I was at the Demi Lovato concert, at first I was upset that my phone had died because I wanted to record stuff and take loads of Snapchats for my friends. And I felt super sad that I couldn't. But if my phone had not died, I wouldn't have figured out that our stage was the stage where Demi Lovato actually had to come through to get onto the stage itself. Because like, no joke, I, being the observant one I am, look over and see a bunch of dancers. Background dancers. And I look at the stage, and there is a door by the stage. And then I look, and I swear I see someone in a different colored robe who looks a lot like Demi Lovato. So I look over to my friend, give her a tap on the shoulder, I look her dead in the face, point to the stage, and so like, bro, don't alert anyone to this, but I think I see Demi. And she is as huge of a Demi Lovato fan as I am. She looks, and she's like, holy shit, that is Demi Lovato. And I was so happy that we got to see her. Because the seats we were in was close enough to see her on stage and not be nosebleeds. But I feel like we really had the best seats in the house that night because we got to see her exit through her background, exit through each song, go into the other stage. We got to see her through all her sets. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty dope. And it was a pretty cool experience. And our crowd had finally figured out that Demi was going through that stage. But being one of the first to actually notice that she was coming through that stage was exhilarating and pretty cool, if I say so myself. So, I'm enjoying the concert, and it's pretty cool and amazing and everything. Like, if Demi Lovato tours again, I'm not 100% sure. I hope she comes back. I really do. But I would rather she take time for herself and get better. Better than push herself unnecessarily. Like, I love her, and I'm a huge fan of hers, and she means so much to me. As a fan of hers. Like, her songs got me through so much. And one of the moments that I will forever remember from her concert, because it was the one time I remember crying like a baby. Was whenever she started singing Warrior. She did this set. It was Warrior, Father, and actually it's one of my favorite songs, and I'm so sad that I don't remember it off the top of my head right now. I'm actually really frustrated at myself. So it was Smoke and Mirrors too. It was Warrior, Father, and Smoke and Mirrors. So she opens with, of course, talking about a fan who has shared a special story with her because she offered therapy at her shows, and someone had came in and shared his story with her. Pretty sure he was in the hospital, and that was the first time that he had walked since the accident, and that was pretty cool. So she was talking about the organization that has helped her so much with her mental illness, and she was talking about mental illness also, which Demi Lovato, if you guys do not know, is a huge advocate for mental illness because she does have bipolar disorder. And, she's just, like, overall, generally, a great person, in my opinion, because she helps her fans so much through her music and through her words and organizations and her charity and fundraising. And hear people say fucked up things about her because she has a problem really grinds my gears. And I don't really like that. I don't think it's fair. No one's perfect. I know she's a celebrity and people want to look up to her. But like she said, she's only human. So, what ends up happening is she sings Warrior first, and my friend has a special connection to the song Warrior, as well as I do, because I feel like sometimes my mental illness and the way some people have treated me, I feel like it's a song anyone could relate to if they've been through a hard time. Like, one of my favorite lines from that is, "I'm a survivor in more ways than you know." No, and that's like a great line. Like, no one really knows the shit that people go through. And I'm happy that Demi Lovato shares that with her fans. A part of herself that a lot of other celebrities probably wouldn't share. But I was really happy to see her live. And, you know, I thought after Warrior, she wouldn't possibly make me cry as much as she did, but then she makes an announcement that her next one is her song Father. Now, if you guys haven't heard the song Father, or don't know the references behind it, Father is a song about Demi Lovato's dad. I believe his name is Patrick Lovato, and he died, I think, 4 or 5 years ago from a drug overdose. Yes, so this was the first time that Demi Lovato ever sang about Father live, because this, she said, was a concert for healing and an album for healing. So she wanted to include this song because it's one of her sensitive subjects. It's one that she personally had to deal with all her life. And I think that was a moment where Demi Lovato, if not for that she was already my favorite celebrity, became my favorite celebrity. Because it takes a lot to stand out there on a stage and tell people your deepest, darkest thoughts. And I applaud Demi Lovato for doing that, because it's not easy. But she did it. And I'll forever thank her for doing that. Because it's not about the songs, and it is about songs, but it's not about who has the most catchy, chart-topping hits. It's about who touches the people, their fans, the most through their music. And I feel like Demi Lovato does do that. Like, if you've ever met her fans, true fans are really hardcore for her. Like myself. I don't like it when people talk shit about Demi Lovato. But because I get that she's had a hard life. And she's human. And with that little tidbit, I was already crying through Father. And then she start with Smoke and Mirror. Now, for most of my subscribers that don't know, this is my favorite Demi Lovato song. Because it's the one that I feel the most like it in tune with. It, for lack of a better word, because I have been through emotionally abusive relationships. And the song, to me, is about finding out if someone actually cared or if it was just an illusion. Like, if everything you knew about a relationship was a lie. And that really gets to me a lot. And I was so happy to have a song that was about that I could feel was just for me as well as every other girl that's been through emotionally abusive relationships and not knowing where you stand on them, because I've gotten closure for one of them, but the other one I have not. He doesn't care to actually make sense of what happened, and I'm not gonna go out of my way to actually come in contact with this guy, because it's not worth it. So Smoke and Mirror really made me cry. And after that, she did her final two, which were, I can't remember what the other one was, but Tell Me You Love Me was her last one. And we were singing and having a great time, and it was an amazing experience. I feel like I'm actually gonna go over in a minute, so I won't have time to explain like what happened after the concert, which is another funny story that I'll probably save for another story time. But I want to get through the concert at least. So what happens is that the Demi Lovato concert comes to an end, and her concert, and like after everything happens, we get rose petals all on us because they fall from the sky, and all our fans, which is pretty cool. I liked that. So we get rose petals on us, and then while I'm trying to pick up a rose petal, and everyone's all crowding around and other stuff, I look up, and there's Demi Lovato. Remember when I said it was good that I didn't have my phone on me? There was Demi Lovato exiting the stage, and then everyone was screaming at her and other stuff, and then she wasn't paying attention, I guess. Well, she was, I think, but she was trying to get off the stage, and I have always had a talent for having a really loud voice, and I've never understood a lot until this moment. I know it sounds so cliche, but it's like, at that moment I knew why I was gifted with such a loud voice, because I, being me, I screamed, "We love you, Demi, you did an awesome job." And then, I literally imagined this for a second. She literally turns after that, and she waves at us. And I sit there, open-mouthed, with my hand raised like an idiot, because I don't know how to explain to myself, even, that Demi Lovato just literally turned to the sound of my voice and waved at me. And I thought, for the longest time after that she was just turning to wave at all the other fans. Like, one of her other fans got her attention, and she was waving at them. And then my friend, who was recording it all, showed me that she had actually turned whenever I screamed that. Now, whether it be me or the several fans just screaming her that moment, that was pretty awesome. Awesome, and I admire anyone who literally just acknowledges her fans, because she didn't have to acknowledge me at that moment, but she did. And I will be forever grateful for that moment. She doesn't even know, but forever grateful to Demi Lovato for giving me that moment, even if it is in my head. And it was still a great experience. And that wasn't even half the story. I still have the other half where I went to a bar after that and got into a pretty heavy discussion about what porn I like with total strangers. If you want to hear that story, comment down below. It's pretty interesting. But as for my wreath, it is now finished. It like took me an hour, but here is the finished product. I know it doesn't like look like the greatest wreath ever, but I feel like it's pretty cool. I probably should have put the flowers over it. I'll probably fix it a little and show you guys in my like October wrap up. But there you guys have it. That was my story time about my personal experience going to Dallas and the Demi Lovato concert. Comment down below and let me know if you want the second half of this story, and if you like story times. I know I get distracted easily, but maybe we could actually do a legit story time, and I'll make it about the time that I went to a diner that served alcohol and was talking to random strangers about porn. So comment down below and let me know if you want to hear that story, and I will probably make my announcement. Well, I might as well do it in this video. Actually, I'm on my 52-minute mark, so I'll probably tell you guys what I have planned for the month of October in my monthly wrap-up. But thank you everyone who watched this long video of me making a wreath and getting distracted with my story time. But I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys have an awesome night. Bye!